Gladiators. What an unbelievable offseason from the Gladiators. They've reached world record status in how big dick you can go in the offseason. We'll go over quickly who they've kept, lost, and added real fast. They've kept Space, Kevster, Shoe, and Skewed. They've lost Moth, Birdring, Muse, and Mirror. They've added Funny Astro, Arns, Reiner, and Padapan. What the heck? The offseason has been unreal. They've added an extremely hyped young DPS star in Padapan, who was too young in previous seasons to actually join the league. He was around the era of Element Mystic when they had Sparkle, Doha, and the rest of the gang, and he was seen, along with Glister, to be fair, as the rival to, like, the non-Korean rival to Sparkle at the time. They're both their Doomfist play was at the top, like the pinnacle of what you could do with Doomfist in a competitive environment, and he was and still is the best player in Thailand to exist in Overwatch. He went to Valorant, went to Masters in a Valorant tournament, and had a mad success, and now has come back to potentially crush Overwatch 2. Like I said, the only thing that was holding his back was his fucking age. Like, that's crazy. So we've gotten to a point now where he's finally able to join the league, and the Gladiators have dropped a ginormous bag on him and said, play for us. Padapan will do exceptional in Overwatch 2. I can almost guarantee it. Shall we carry on with the DPS? I think we should. Arns, the best Widowmaker in the game, has joined the team. Kevster, one of the best tracers in the world, is still on the team. The DPS lineup is built for championship winning success. Arns and Padapan are an upgrade over Birdring and Mirror. I do think their DPS roster right now is the strongest that it's ever been. And the Gladiators, I think, have had the most success in the off-season with picking up players, like, hands down. Funny Astro 2 is replacing Moth. They are very different Lucio players, completely different styles of support, or main support. Astro being an extremely aggressive Lucio player, Moth being a little bit more of a passive one. He is a fantastic main support, and I'm surprised he hasn't been picked up, to be honest with you. The amount of teams that are missing Lucio players right now is a little bit ridiculous. So seeing Moth still as a free agent, kind of insane. How has that happened? I've got no idea. And with the way that Overwatch 2 is seemingly panning out, with DPS having higher movement speed, Doom now officially a tank hero, like, what the fuck? The game looks a whole lot quicker, which is definitely going to favor Astro in the way he can play Lucio, which is going to favor higher aggressive Lucio, or favor more aggressive Lucio players, Astro being one of them. This is an upgrade for sure. I think, like I said, their Lucio plays are very different, and Moth definitely a better Mercy player than Astro is. But if we're thinking of how quick the game is going to be in Overwatch 2, and with Doomfist being a tank, and it looks like we're trending into more like hyper-aggressive divey style comps, I think we're going to see Gladiators with an Astro backline just running hyper-aggressive dive style. I want to see Doom as a tank. I really do. It's going to be insane, and Astro is only going to facilitate whoever plays Doom for their team. They, of course, have kept Space on their roster, the best Western off-tank we have in the league, and the way Doom and the rest of Overwatch 2 is looking from the outside, feels like Doom would fit in that off-tank role. I can't imagine they're going to give Doomfist a shield, you know what I'm saying? So, Space is probably going to pilot that one. Is he going to start over Reiner, who is their new main tank? I would think so. Not sure how main tanks are going to face up, but dude, mobility is king in most FPSs. Doomfist has a lot of mobility. So do things like D.Va and Winston. Are we going to see things like Reinhardt? I don't think so. I really don't think so. There was a leak as well that came out about Orissa's rework 2. I'm not reading too much into that one at the moment until we see like confirmed things. So yeah, won't be touching on that. But Orisa doesn't sound like she has a shield. So not sure. Maybe she gets a leap. I don't know. Mobility king going into Overwatch 2 by the sounds of it. Reiner, formerly known as Frill. Reiner, an Attack on Titan reference, is the Armored Titan. Sorry for spoilers, but if you haven't seen that first season, which is God knows how old, then unlucky, probably should watch it. Perfect name for a main tank player, by the way. Excellent stuff. He comes from Redbird Esports and American Tornado, another player that has made it to the league from one of those teams. It's good to see a lot of those players that have been grinding hard in the Tier 2 ecosystem have been making it to the league recently. It's good to see. I love players that make it. It's always nice. And fitting on this team as their main tank player is going to be good. We'll see how the meta does end up shaping out. Not sure if we'll see main tanks or if we'll see Reiner. At least not for the start. I can imagine we're going to see Space, and then Reiner is going to be integrated into the team like a lot of these contenders players will be a little bit later down the line if they do have an Overwatch League caliber player on their roster already. Now, the team has gone through some major upgrades. To summarize, this is the year for Gladiators. If they don't make it to the finals of a lot of these tournaments, I'm going to be incredibly surprised. Gladiators right now are fielding a top tier roster that are worthy of taking a championship too, mind you. I do have mad hopes for this team. If they don't reach top 3 or top 4, I will be surprised and I will be extraordinarily disappointed. I'm going to be real. Because not only do they have top tier players coming onto their team, they also have 2 exceptional coaching moves. They made some exceptional coaching moves. Unter from Reign, who made that unreal playoffs performance last season. They also have Smash from O2 Blast. So not only are we seeing players from O2 Blast make it to the league like proper, we are also seeing their godlike coaching structure making it to the league too. They have Smash and Unter coming in from 2 extremely good teams. How can this roster fail? It shouldn't at all. This roster is built for success. They've picked up incredible DPS talent. They've picked up an incredibly good rookie in Reiner. They have Funny Asher replacing Moth and a more aggressive Lucio player, which I think will suit this team a lot more coming into the next season. They have Padapan, who was supposed to make it to the league however many fucking years ago, but didn't because of his age. He dominated in Valorant, went to Masters, and now has come back to Overwatch to crush it. He is an incredibly aggressive DPS player. There is no point in this team that I could point. There is no point in this team that should fail. If they don't get top 3, I'm going to be pissed. That's about it. I do think the Gladiators are a top tier team. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Are Gladiators going to win the entire year? On the face of it, they should be at least finals worthy. But that's yet to be seen. Overwatch 2, we have no clue what it looks like. The pros do. We'll have to wait for the beta next month. Let me know down in the comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't done already. And other than that, I'll see you later. We got Eternal coming up next.